Okay.
you're here. It appears everyone has arrived.
Hello, Kazuha.
Last night, I visited a former servant who once worked for my family. I was able to learn the entirety of what happened all those years ago. In my great-grandfather's generation, the Ishin art was tasked with forging an important Goshinto according to an ancient forging diagram. Though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced, the process was still unsuccessful. Every blade that was forged was defective.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. In today's video, we're doing the final part of the Hues of the Violent Garden story quest.
When the deadline
So,
came,
this
the
part
blade
is about
still wasn't
Kazuha's
finished.
family, I
So
guess,
the craftsmen all fled and
and
hid
how
for
the
fear of
Riding
punishment.
Gokudens
The
failed.
Kaidahara clan and Yashiro Commission then conducted an investigation. My great-grandfather and
Wait,
the
what?
head of the Kamisato
Oh,
clan eventually
I thought that
tracked
said
down
was,
the craftsmen
because I
near the
fill in blanks
seaside.
and I don't.
However,
I'm
they
bad
met
at reading.
fierce resistance from the craftsmen, and in the end, they were unable to prevent them from escaping by sea. The Kaidahara clan was severely punished for the swordsmiths that had escaped, and the family gradually
what?
fell into decline. Moreover, I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing swordsmiths, which combined with his advanced age caused him to pass away shortly thereafter.
This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father, the Kamisato clan still wasn't able to regain its prior reputation.
Ayaka's mic's still sounding terrible.
But, thanks to my brother, everything is getting better now.
The failure to forge the blade was ultimately attributed to a lack of required skill and finesse. The Kaidahara clan and the Yashiro Commission always believed that was the case. However, the story of the five Kasen seems to imply that the failure didn't stem from a lack of skill, but rather, the diagram had been tampered with by someone. Miss Kamisato, I heard
So what?
yesterday that the Yashiro Commission has still
The metal
kept the
was
diagram
different?
ever since the failed forging all those years ago.
Oh,
Might I ask you to do me a favor?
Yes, I understand. I will go back and search for the diagram. Please come meet me at the Kamisato estate later.
what is the problem?
Everyone, I've managed to find the old diagram.
And how would Kazuha even know how this is, like, what's wrong with this?
Though the diagram is well preserved, you can still tell that it's seen at least 3 or 4 centuries of history.
Oh,
Yes, we're never going to be able to actually see it, though,
Still possible
because,
to
you
find
know,
any evidence
they don't
of
want to
tampering?
model that.
At this point, we can only try our luck and see how we fare.
Alright. Oh, we are gonna, well, let's see this. An image of it. Wait, are we gonna make this?
Kazuha, this is clear evidence that this chart was indeed tampered with. Someone framed the Kaidahara clan all those years ago.
So, excuse me, but why? Just why does the story of Five Kazen end up being the exact? Is the story is Kaidahara? Are they not poets? I have no idea. But why does this have so much resemblance to the Five Kazen? Why does the Five Kazen story have any problems with it? This doesn't make sense. Okay, this actually just does not make sense.
I see.
It's either the most lucky,
that I've
like
discovered
1
the
in
secret
a
to it.
trillion chance, or I don't know. Like it's just so convenient.
When my grandfather was young,
It's bothering
he
me.
proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. But my grandfather was only scolded for being too foolhardy. Yesterday, the former family servant said that my great-grandfather even went to the Yashiro Commission to request that diagram from the head of the Kamisato clan. He then showed that diagram to my grandfather and asked him and his subordinates to try to forge the sword. Sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told him, if you can't find the secret within, then the Ishin art deserves to fade from the world.
So secret within meaning that the whatever got replaced
My
or
grandfather left
erased.
Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words. He didn't ever see my great-grandfather again, even till the day of his passing.
Kazuha,
because of it. But
did your great-grandfather really say if you can't find the secret within. Did he use those exact words?
So what? There's something.
Yes. The servant said that he personally heard those words and still remembers them very clearly.
Do we gotta make the sword and break it in
My
half or
grandfather
something?
was so angry at the time that he smashed my great-grandfather's cherished bonsai tree.
Yes, it appears that you understand my meaning.
So you're saying my great-grandfather may have very well known that the failure was due to someone's tampering?
Yes. The current evidence suggests that is highly likely.
I don't
apologize,
understand.
but
Like, what are these
Will you all
ages
please
of the
accompany
people
me
here?
to the Tenryou Commission?
What's the Tenryou
After
Commission
I
got to
became
do
a
with
wanted
this?
Criminal, the Tenryou Commission seized my family's last remaining estate, which contained all of my
Wait.
family's old belongings.
Did they not give it back to you?
I want to inquire about the whereabouts of those belongings. If I can find them, we might be able to get some clues.
Kujo-Sara, where's Kazuha's stuff, and why do you still have it? How many months has the Inazuma been out?
What are you all doing here?
They've been doing
Did
that
something
ever
happen on
since.
Rito?
No, nothing happened, Sara, probably.
Kujo-Sara. Perhaps you still remember me.
Sara, we'd like to ask about the Kaidahara clan's property that was seized by the Tenryou Commission. Do you know where all their belongings are now?
Yes. The items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the police station. Since Kaedehara has come back to Inazuma, those items should be returned to their rightful
Kazuha, why didn't you want that back? Yes.
Currently, I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. As a result, those items from my family's estate are of no use to me, Madam Kujo. I believe you are a person of integrity. After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle those belongings for me. Please, sell them, and use the money to help the poor.
All right, I understand. I'll be sure to take care of it.
I guess we need to be let into the warehouse.
You must be here to investigate the Kaedehara clan's belongings.
Yep.
Madam Kujo's already informed me of the situation.
How?
Please come this way.
I quite literally took a straight beeline to this place, and she didn't move once. I'm pretty sure if I turned my camera around, she would have just been standing there that whole time. How did she inform you about this?
I'll be waiting for you at the door. Please come see me if you require any assistance.
Kazuha, since the items are scattered throughout the building, I propose we split up and look for
Yes, sounds like a plan. Thanks for your help, everyone.
Oh, it's
Great.
you. Unfortunately, I have yet to find anything of value here.
Ayaka, we'll just go down the line. What's up, Ayaka? What you got? You don't see anything on these
it's
training
you.
dummies?
I'm currently investigating the sword rack.
Yes, very,
Since the
very
Kaidahara
intense sword
clan
rack
was a family of renowned
investigation
swordsmiths,
here.
then this blade should be super valuable, right?
Paimon,
Maybe it's a treasure of the Ishin art!
I will cut your head off with it.
I'm afraid not. Although the sword rack is made of fine wood, the swords placed here appear to be quite ordinary. Due to the dire financial situation of the late Kaidehara clan, everything of value has probably been sold off already.
Let Paimon see! Oh, there seems to be a couple uneven characters etched into the scabbard. Kazuha. Wow, so it really was Kazuha's! Paimon can imagine
Hey,
what
Kazuha, you want your
was
sword
like
back?
as a kid.
I will continue investigating here and call you if I find anything interesting.
What did you find, Shincho?
Yeah, totally just not reading books for your personal
I
information.
found quite the pile of old books.
Uh-huh.
These books here are all related to smelting steel, and these are about the process of forging blades. This pile over here is all about plants and flowers.
You're looking in the same direction, buddy.
The books about plants and flowers must have belonged to Kazuha's great-grandfather.
I
Probably
skimmed
not.
through them just now, but I didn't find anything particularly worth noting.
But I mean, if it was
I shall
within
take a
the
closer
pages,
look and let you know if I find anything.
there's literally a box right there, Xingqiu. Like, that's a straight up box. I hope you've looked in that.
There must be some around here somewhere.
Alcohol.
Do you see all these pots here? Some of them are bound to
Exactly.
have liquor inside,
Yeah.
right?
I knew it. Venti.
Everyone else
Come
is
on.
trying hard to help, and you're over here looking for a drink.
Hey, he's looking within the liquor bottles. Okay, maybe they were drunks too, and they just hid stuff in liquor bottles,
I
right?
merely jest, of course.
Uh-huh.
Come on, We're close to uncovering the truth now. Why do you look so worried?
You say that
Paimon doesn't really get why Kazuha told Sara to sell all these belongings.
because he doesn't care about him. He's a freeloader on Beto's ship, man. He doesn't care anymore.
I know
Just for a
you are
little
worried about
couple
Kazuha,
more days.
but if you ask me, he is stronger than you think. No,
He doesn't really care that much.
rather,
Yeah,
I've
Paimon's
lived for
a
long
little
time
more.
now. So you could say I have some experience in reading people.
By the
Leave
way,
things here to me.
we
Please,
can't
you can
just
look around elsewhere.
we can't just leave this here. Like Venti not seeing Raiden at all in this celebration. We have to. They have to meet. I'm sorry, but they have to.
This flower pot was in my house for a long time. I heard that it was left behind by my great-grandfather.
Maybe this is just me, but that doesn't exactly look like real dirt.
Yeah, the plants seem to have been dead for a while now.
Probably after.
After my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging arts, he picked up the hobby of keeping bonsai plants. Most of his prized plants were given to others once he became seriously ill. But he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time.
Oh.
And even instructed my grandfather not to throw it away in his will. My grandfather deeply regretted that he never managed to reconcile with my great-grandfather, so he left the plant exactly as it was. But now that I think about it,
Break the
my
plants.
great-grandfather could very well have left it behind for other reasons.
Break the plant.
Yes. Let's take a closer look, shall we?
We finally found something!
Kaza does
It's
not.
only a bunch of blank paper.
Hey, the water! The water! The water!
You mean to say that these sheets have been written with special ink? Like that which Miss Kamisato found before?
Yes.
Yes, I agree with
The
this
water.
hypothesis.
Okay, let's give it a dunk then.
I don't know why we have to go
There
all
was
the
a
way out
pond
there
outside
and we
the
have
police
Zincho.
station.
Well, how did it go?
Huh?
Those were-
Just as everyone guessed, after I sprinkled some water onto the paper,
Oh, they meant this
writing
pond.
did indeed begin to appear on it.
Okay,
It
I
is
forgive.
a letter written by my great-grandfather.
Oh.
I'll tell you what my great-grandfather knew at the time, but before that, I wish to take you somewhere.
Cutscene! Cutscene!
Everyone,
Oh.
please follow me.
Oh, I thought he meant like somewhere as in like a story. Like a location setting for a story. And we were gonna get a cutscene while he explained this. He wants us to actually go somewhere. I am disappointed. Show us.
Kaedehara, why did you lead us to this beach?
Yes,
It
it's the
is.
contents of the letter, obviously.
In
I
fact,
gotta stop being
My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan tracked the fleeing swordsmiths to this very location. Our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind the defective blades. And it was right here where they encountered the culprit who framed the Kaedehara clan and the Raiden Gokaden. It reads,
So,
to whoever reads this letter, I, Kaedehara Yoshinori, have been held to a certain secret throughout my entire life. I don't have much longer in this world, and after much consideration, I've finally decided to disclose the matter. All those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission,
why?
I was not injured by one
Wow.
of the fleeing
That
smiths.
was,
Rather,
you
was
injured
night,
yourself?
and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves. However, there were no swordsmiths in sight, only a single eccentric stranger. This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings, and said that he had been
Scaramouche!
patiently waiting for us. He then threatened to destroy the Raiden Gokaden. That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated. Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself. My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks and sternly asked if I had any connection with the name Niwa. I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, I was adopted by the Kaedehara family. Upon hearing my answer, The stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kuni Kuzushi." He then turned and left.
That is Scaramouche, right? Like, I'm not mixing up these designs. That's Scaramouche. I have no idea, but that looks like a character we might get.
So that's what really happened.
Either if it's Scaramouche. Let me just gonna quickly look up Scaramouche's design. Okay, I don't know why he said his name was that, but
My great-grandfather and the head of the
Got no idea.
Kamisato clan escaped from death and learned that the forging diagram had been tampered with by Kuni Kuzushi. However,
that?
due to the encounter, the
Or
head
maybe
of the
it's just the
Kamisato
person who
clan
wears
was
that
worried
hat.
that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator. So even on his deathbed, the master of the Kamisato clan cautioned my great-grandfather to never speak of what happened, because the perpetrator said he would destroy the Raiden Gokaden. My great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still return for vengeance. So, to protect his loved ones, he closed the family business.
I will
Scaramouche.
discuss this matter with Brother shortly and investigate the identity behind the one called Kuni Kuzushi. Rest assured, we will act cautiously.
Therefore, knowing the truth
was in the
behind what
reflection there?
happened is enough for me.
I could not see
I
because
will
the
live
text was
on
over it.
just as my great-grandfather had hoped. That
There was
being
some
said,
in the reflection.
if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, then I definitely won't turn a blind eye.
About that,
These are
Kaza.
simply insights I've gathered from all that I've experienced.
I feel like Kaza isn't like
Thank you all
gonna be in the
for
main story
accompanying
for a
me in
little
my
bit more
search for the
until
truth
we kill
behind that
Scaramouche at
incident.
least. I mean, it would be kind of dumb if.
Let's head back to Rito.
Alright, whatever.
Hello, traveler. Paimon?
What's this one?
Albedo, why is the portrait of Kuranushi all covered up? Haima wants to see what your Kuranushi portrait looks like.
Don't worry. The unveiling ceremony will be starting shortly. You'll see what it looks like then.
Venti! Yay, Miko! Why are you two here? Hey, Yay, Miko, make sure Venti meets Raiden. I hope you know who he is.
Well, hello everyone.
Yes, it's very scary to see you two together, considering you're both gods.
Don't think we didn't see you two chatting up a storm just now. The moment we came over, you stopped talking.
Is that so? I'm afraid you're just overthinking things.
Totally weren't talking about
We were
godly
merely
business.
discussing wine and food. I'm sure you two wouldn't be interested.
I want to know your godly discussions.
Speaking of good sides with sake, I personally prefer fried tofu.
Forget it. Even if those
Why?
two are plotting something, they'd still never let us know.
Now I actually want to know if they were talking about godly stuff, because I want to know if Venti knows, or Yamiko knows who Venti is.
Ah, greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, Ayato! We finally get to see the busiest person of all.
Yes, there were many things which required my attention these past few days. Fortunately, the
What
Iridori
about-
festival is proceeding smoothly.
So we're really not going
The
to see that
Tri-Commission
last
cooperated
guy.
closely to prepare this festival, so at long last, I can take a break today.
Brother and I are very grateful for your help.
Thomas sure is taking his sweet time.
Oh.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his wallet at home, so he asked Toma to go back and fetch it for him. Brother always works diligently, and it's rare for him to ever put his duties to the side and relax. So, Toma and I really cherish such moments when he's forgetful.
Okay, you weirdos. And you forgot something I will cherish this forever. Because they've been accurate
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent
with their
Iridori Festival.
sort of omnipotent power of guessing.
Today we
Well,
are
I say
ushered in the final
accurate.
stage of our festival,
Who is a conniving,
and now we will reveal
stealing
the final
person?
portrait of the five Kasen, Kuranushi, which was done by none other than our guest artist from Mondstadt, Calx.
Yay. The
No
four
idea
people
what
that are
Albedo's
here.
portrait looks like.
Oh, this feels so bad. I feel so bad. It's
Let's
just
all
like
count
we're
down
unveiling this
together.
and there's like 7
3,
people here.
2, 1. Huh? What's this? This piece depicts nothing but a background. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character.
Nope.
Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding the creative process behind this piece.
Granushi is
Hello,
invisible.
everyone. First, I would like to say that it was an honor to be invited to create the portraits of the 5 Kasen. The 5 Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuranushi is the deepest and most differing of the 5 Kasen. Moreover, Kuranushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the 5 Kasen. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuranushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all,
I mean, I can't.
the
I know
Iridori Festival
who
is a place for
Kuranushi is.
everyone
Or
to
who
express their minds
Kuranushi
through
sorta
creative
would
works.
be depicted as if we actually saw him in the real life betrayal kind of guy.
Is sure to win everyone's approval. Well, it seems that our adventures at the Iridori Festival have come to a close.
Yeah.
Huh? What are you talking about? Oh. Oh, right! We
Yeah.
still haven't figured out who wrote
Actually-
those stories of the 5 Kasen for us to find.
Was it Ayato? Because, okay, so when I was editing last video, I kind of had the theory of, what if it's Ayato's ninjas? And it's like, the ninjas are so stealthy, you know, they're delivering the papers. Ayato is just, you know, sort of handing them out. I don't know. And, I mean, I guess, I don't know how he would know Vinci, though.
Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaidahara clan.
It's you. It's Ayato. It has to be.
Ayato! You're the one behind the stories of the 5 Kasen! But don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your friends on a wild hunt like that?
As it just so happens,
Yeah.
one of the reasons I'm here today is to explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Paimon wants to see how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Shincho and the editor carrying the books away one night. She thought it was interesting, so she asked me to tease them a bit. That's right. But using the story of the 5 Kasen to guide you to the Kaidahara family's secrets was my personal touch.
Wait, Ayato knew? And he
As
never
for
told
my
Kaza.
roundabout approach, well, that was something which I had no choice but to do.
Wait, you... Huh?
Yes,
This makes no
due
sense.
to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside. I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers, but it took me some time to figure out the secret behind the ink, the kind that would only appear when exposed to water. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. So now, this
He kinda
obligation
killed
fell
himself,
on my
though.
shoulders. Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger. I had to confirm whether Kazuha has both the will and ability to be privy to the truth. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter, right up until the night when a legend of sword was smuggled away. More importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side. Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble. Because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future.
Oh yeah, do you know who
already know the
Kuranushi
answer
is?
deep down inside, don't you? The
Scaramouche?
answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuranushi. When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing
Wait,
that
what?
answer, well, you have used it many times before.
I knew it. I was like, what if we have to splash water on the thing? What if Albedo did the thing and he painted the portrait out of water with that water milk, the water ink? I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it. Time to splash water on it.
It's getting pretty late, so nobody else is around now. So Ayato must have been telling us
Yep.
to splash water on the portrait.
It's gotta be Scaramouche, okay? That was so. I knew it.
It's the Balladeer!
Yeah.
So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
Now, how did Ayato find that out?
Also,
Why are we having a
there's
flashback?
one last thing that we must
Oh.
discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants. I wish to tell you of that incident now. It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened at the Tenryou Commission. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. But nothing was stolen. I felt something unusual about that incident, so I told Kujo-Sara of the Tenryou Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase the guard or relocate the warehouse contents. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure
Was it
enough,
Sayu?
someone was sneaking in and rummaging through the belongings of the Kaedahara clan.
You mean he was also looking for...
He knew?
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found nothing. Soon after, he had to leave Inazuma by boat.
Why didn't you send someone to catch him?
He's too strong, Paimon. He put us to sleep in 2 seconds.
Is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaedahara clan's belongings one by one, and eventually discovered the papers in the hidden compartment of the flower pot. I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find, though he couldn't confirm whether this secret existed at all.
Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy, and bye!